Hello guys, welcome to another video. In this video, we would be seeing some of the knowledge graph components in Neo4j. Like in case if you want to implement a scenarios like RAG, where you want to split the textual information and store it into the Neo4j as a graph data, then you need some of the things which we need to be aware, right? So I've just tried those, so just wanted to make a video out of those, that's it. So I'm just updating my OpenAPI key in the environment variables, importing the required libraries. That's it. This is a file I am just using. It's just a PDF file. Now we have a class in Neo4j. I mean, as I said, this is the main package which we need to use even for this, like the previous video, Neo4j graph rag. That's it. We have a class called PDF loader. We have to just load the PDF and just pass the path of that. You can even pass the URI as well here, not only just the path. And that's how we are able to read the PDF file. So if you see, I'm just reading the first 200 characters. That's it. So now we have the PDF. Now we have to split the PDF, right, into multiple chunks, like how we do in the LangChain using LangChain text splitter and all, right. Similarly, here we have fixed size splitter using this class where we can pass the chunk size, chunk overlap and all those details, and we can just initiate an object to this class and then do that splitter.run and pass the document, whichever we have done here, the same document. So now the text will be splitted. If you see here, this is how I have splitted this text, and if I scroll right, see it has ended till Dobby a house, and the next part has started from here like this. I'm just splitting for every 300 characters. That's it. Now in case if you want to embed that specific text after chunking, you can even do that as well, so that you can use it for RAG scenarios, right. We have to do the embedding. So we have a class called text chunk embedding, where you have to pass the embedding type you have to use. Here I am using OpenAI embeddings. If you want, you can use Hugging Face embeddings or Azure embeddings, anything you want. And that's it. And I created an object to this particular class, and then that object dot run. That's it. Now if I print, we can even print out the embeddings as well. Here I am printing the embeddings for each and every chunk. That's it. Now we are able to split the data, we are able to embed the data. What if we want to store the data into graph database? This complete text information, if you want to store into the graph DB, then we have another class called lexical graph config, and inside which we have to pass the information like what should be the name of the chunking nodes. Like I'll just run it and show, so that you'll get an idea what will be the name of the chunking nodes, what is the name of the document, and how should the relationship name should be, like from first chunk to second chunk, what should be the relationship, because it's a graph node, right. There will be nodes and relations. So first chunk will be one node, second chunk will be another node, the name index will be the name of the node. I'll show you, and how they should be linked, how they should be linked to this whole document. All these kind of details we can configure using this particular class, and then we can just pass this particular config inside this lexical graph builder, lex builder object. Using this particular variable dot run, we have to pass the text and then the metadata information. This is just the metadata information, the PDF file name. That's it. And now when you execute, we'll be getting the textual information in the graph format, and we can even view that as well here. If you see here, we got that information in the graph format. So if you see, this is the node, the first node ID is this one, okay, and the second node and the third node, all this kind of information. If you see inside the properties, we have text, and inside which we have the data as well. So now we are able to split or chunk the data into multiple nodes. So now we have another class using which we can write the data as well. If you see here I am opening the connection using with block for my driver. It's just my Neo4j database details and the ID and the password. That's it. Now Neo4j writer, there is another class inside which we have to pass the driver details, and we are getting this object writer.run of this graph. If we run it, it goes and writes into our Neo4j DB. If I come here right now, I don't have any nodes and nothing, right? So let me execute all this so that we can write everything into the Neo4j DB. So when I execute this, we should be able to write into the Neo4j DB. If you see, it is executed now, and if I go to my Neo4j DB, see we got all these new nodes. If you see, I have named as chunk 123. In my config, I have named chunk 123, and the overall document node is document 123. That's why I got the same node. So now when I click on this particular node, we should be able to see all the chunks. These are all the chunks. So now if you see next chunk, so I mean first chunk should be linked to second chunk should be linked to third chunk, because the data is split into chunks, right? So when I look at this relation, everything will be mapped using the next chunks. So if you see, everything is mapped. If I zoom in, see, this is this 20, after 21 we got 21. So if I click on 21, this is the data we have. In 22 we have this particular data, and it is related using next chunk. So this is how we can split the textual information and store into the Neo4j DB. The label will be chunk 1, 2, 3, and the node names will be just the sequential numbers. Now using the same config again, the same exact config again, we can able to read the data from Neo4j into a Python variable. If you see, this is the same exact config. This is a driver. I got the driver connection to my database. That's it. Before, if you see, we have used Neo4j writer. Here we are using Neo4j chunk reader and pass the driver. And if you see reader.run of this particular config, if we pass, then when I print the result, we are able to read the chunk data from the Neo4j. That's it. See, the same exact information has been read. It is divided into multiple chunks, right? So all the chunks we should be able to read it. If you see, the first chunk is over, and this is the unique ID for the second chunk, and the second chunk text begins here. That's it. So this is how we can even read the chunk data from a Neo4j database as well. So that's it, guys. Like, these are the few techniques which we need to be aware while creating a RAG using Neo4j. That's it. So just wanted to show that. That's it. Thank you so much for watching.